My bad. Peace, man. Peace, 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 peace. Holla at y'all real fast. While I got a little time. Mm-hmm. Finishing my snack. I just want to jump on here, man. I tell my people, man, never get caught up in public opinion. Never get caught up with what's popular with entertainers, with this social media stuff. It's all fake. It's all fake. And our scholars and our educators like myself and others been saying this stuff for a long time. You don't need no basketball player or no rapper to be just barking for you. We don't need that, man. That's just like marching. I told people, man, this is an old playbook. Steve Coakley, Khalid Muhammad, all scholars been talking about this. But see, everybody that's dealing with public opinion, just like when Wakanda came out, everybody wearing dashikis. Everybody be over it in a minute because it's not their life. It's not their life. They know the misnomer black man is stiff-necked and they're not going to support and be a part of nothing that's real. They know that. They know the misnomer black man is going to be caught up with just entertainment and not being educated. Because in our culture, we diss education. We got Muslim brothers diss education, Christian people dissing education. I said, that's the dumbest shit ever. We got brothers that brag, oh, I dropped out of school in the 10th grade. That's craziness. And that's the part I don't like. Because you don't have the aptitude to aspire to things. So the first thing Negroes do is diss it. Because they don't have the aptitude to do that. But then they aspire to do other things and say because they chose to do that and didn't have the aptitude to do education and wisdom, it makes them better. Or it makes someone less of because you believe in what somebody told you far as religion, which is dogma. That's asinine. That's asinine. For people to use the same book and come up with a different understanding. That is so asinine, especially for us as a people. It's so sad. And I'll be asking my brothers and sisters, do you know European Jews? Do you know any rabbis like myself that's your color? And they don't. Because if you did, I guarantee you, they don't have nothing to say about what I say because I'm going to use their books. I'm going to use our books. I'm going to use all the Jewish texts. It's nothing that they can say. What kind of person say if you under that cloth, if you talking about yourself and every book that they talk about, everything that they quote, you know it verbatim because you are everything they talk about. What can somebody come and say what? And then I did it in academia. It's nothing. So why are we letting all our brothers and sisters getting caught up with Kyrie Irving and some damn Kanye West? Why? Why? They don't really, it means nothing. I'm telling you, if it meant something, where are they at with their rabbis and their synagogues teaching? It's just every day making videos, talk about some whole Illuminati, all this shit. Don't nobody got time for that. Okay, now what? You got all these people, they got all these millions. What you gonna do? Nothing. It's just talk. People be saying support Kanye and support Kyrie Irving. Tell me how you gonna support Kanye West and Kyrie Irving? By going to a basketball game, by buying some shoes? See? It ain't nothing you can say. And then when things start crumbling, people want to start talking shit. Talk about, oh, this person was sacrificed. Man, he was all cool just a week ago. See, just like Jay-Z say, it was all cool just a week ago. When you signed that oath, when you took that contract, it was all cool just a week ago. Yeah. That's why I be saying I don't get caught up in public opinion with a whole bunch of people that got mental health issues, and you think they own how can I say, a mission for the people, but really it's a mission for themselves. Because just like Jay-Z said, I ain't black, I'm OJ. That's how they think. You don't think that, but okay. I guarantee you, in a couple more months, it's going to be something else. In a while, it's going to be something else with Kyrie and Kanye. Watch. That's just how this shit go. And regular people fall into that old playbook. I say that's a Jedi mind trick, that you got a whole bunch of regular people. Yo, we got to support Kyrie and Kanye. Support them how? Wait. Harry Belafonte told all you brothers and misnomer Negro, blacks, and colored, you basketball playing, you actor and all that, support the real cause. If not, shut up and go play basketball and go act, because that's what you do. You don't have no real cause, because if you did, where are you putting your money to? You should be seeking somebody out that you know that's wisdom. All the shit they say they find on the internet, but they can't find no true teachers because we don't want to support nothing. We want to be the only one, bark like a dog and die poor. And then next thing you know, the same old thing, because we don't have institutions. Man, we can change this shit in one heartbeat if everybody gave donations. We have the elementary, the high school, the middle schools, the temple, everything, job training, everything, to show young men how to be healthy, physical fit, intellectual, all that. We don't have it. And even when brothers do get the money to get schools, I ask what the school's teaching, because it ain't teaching no history. The 1, 2, 3s and the ABCs, I get that. But where are the classes you teaching your misnomer black boys and black girls who they are? Teaching them how to meditate and all that, how to think. Where that class at? Where that class teaching them history, teaching them prehistory. So when goofy ass slave history come around every year, they won't be talking about they came from some Africa as no damn slave. Let them have a full history, a full lesson. Let them have that. Let them have a full religious studies. Why we don't have that? And then we send them to these goofy ass people that teach them that a part of them is evil and some dumbass curse of Ham. And I every Sunday I teach Bible. I teach the text to show you all that shit is a lie. That they've been lying to you. Your own brother and sister, big mama, everybody been lying. And they know it. And the truth will make you free. You know this. And now here we are today. Everybody, the whole main thing is some goofy ass basketball and some goofy ass rappers that's speaking for the masses. I told you that's what we are. We're goofy people. And when the European Jews be saying, yeah, the misnomer black people, they do need to learn. And they do need to learn something because we following niggertainment. I agree with that shit. I agree with exactly what they saying. They're like, these is your spiritual advisors, these your educator, a rapper, and a basketball player, and y'all talking about we got to support them by doing what? I will wait. What the hell is the average person and anybody else? How are you going to support Kanye freaking West and Kyrie? Support them doing what? Support them doing what? Leading you in a burning house? What? Teaching you what? Teaching your kids what? How to dribble a basketball? How to rhyme? Not trying to, not teaching them who they are? not teaching them they have a brain, not teaching them how to think. And if you have mental issues, to deal with that at a young age, because if you don't deal with that at a young age, you're just going to be older still dealing with the same issues, that narcissistic behavior, that bipolar behavior. Yeah. That shit don't change. That on and off behavior. And when the people, that's why I said, when power comes, it can corrupt. It corrupts, absolutely. You can get a little bit of that and just flip off the hand. I ain't saying people don't have good motives at first, but then if you got good motives after that, if you ain't putting no action behind your words, man, you just fucking rambling. You just a rich N-I-G-G-A, put an R on it, whatever, just rambling. And man, I don't want to hear nobody just no rich man just going all over the place, rambling, talking. Don't nobody care about that. I don't care about no rich man. Every day you making a video rambling, talk about the powers that be. We've been knowing that before your ass. We know that. What runner up before you? That ain't no mystery. What you talk about? You ain't enlightening no where everybody on there. Ooh, look, he's on up. Like y'all don't know that. Your job is ran by that shit. We be out here like something. People ain't in that tax bracket that these people is. Now after you done revealed, I'll show that. Now what? Now what Negroes gonna do? Look, Kanye show salt. Now what? Nothing. People get their side ass up, go to their bullshit job, everything. Same shit. The same rotation. Same rotation. No act. We don't be doing nothing. We got some basketball player and some rapper that be all over the place. And that's what we talking about. And we talking about a film that probably nobody watched. And some shit that was all a while ago. And I said, I don't need no film. Yeah, the film, whatever, kudos to the film. I watched the film. I have the book. Done had it for years. But I don't need a film to tell me that because I am a rabbi. I've been teaching this biblically, historically, for years before a film. And even when the film and long after the film would be gone, I'm going to still teach it. From the scriptures, from the text, from what we call the European Jew know what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. If we say who we are, use the book. If we say that's who you are, use the book. Use the book that they know what I'm talking about. When I jump into Talmud, when I jump into Zohar, when I jump into Gilgamesh, when I talk about, yeah, we know what it was in the beginning, everything was dark. We know it because your book say it. That's how. I don't have to use no film. I use the main source. I did this at academia, and every European Jew know exactly what I'm talking about, and they can't deny what I'm saying. If you do, you a liar, and you're going against your father. Only reason why a person can have some over you because they know you don't know. And if you don't know, then they play dumb. You can't play dumb with me. Your father's fathers know who I am. They sons of Muslims. You're dealing with 99 degrees. And I tell our brothers and sisters that, man, we playing a deadly game when we jump from opinion to opinion. We play a deadly game. We let somebody just sit up there and speak for the masses because we talk that black shit. Can't nobody speak for me. I don't care what religion you are, what you are, when you talk that black noise. Because clearly you have a misunderstanding of nationality and what that means. Clearly, I don't care how old you are. I don't care what religion you are. When you get up and say you speaking for some misnomer black people, you ain't speaking for me because I'm not black. And when you use those words, you know you tripping. So when you use those words, when you talking about me and others that's this color, man, I got to exclude you because you talking crazy. I don't care what you say. I got to exclude you. I don't care who you are because you have no understanding of law. And I'm not dealing with that mess no more. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with our people can say something good and then turn around and call you black and we supposed to roll with that shit. I'm not rolling with that. What's the whole fighter saying? Well, I'm not no black Jew. That's what I keep telling you. I'm a Moor. What type of American? I'm a Moor. So if I'm a Moorish Jew, that's exactly what I am. There ain't nothing black about me. And when we let these people talk about this, we the people of the Bible and all this, then we come with that black noise shit. And I say that's not intellect. That's not wise. That's still falling in mystery. That's still falling in 3/5. That's still falling in that Dred Scott. That's still falling in that slavery. That's still falling in that what makes you a complete fifth, your nationality and spirituality. And I'm still not gonna let these brothers that'll get on videos, I don't care if you Nation of Islam, whatever, and talk that black noise. Something wrong with the mental. I ain't rolling with it. I don't care all this shit. I can listen to hear a person talk all day. As soon as you talk that black stuff, I'm done. I will get up and walk out the door. And we black people, we know I'm shaking. I'm not even shaking your hand. I'm gone. Because you know you crazy. And you've been doing this shit too long to keep talking that black shit. Period. If you talk about you know the law, if you talk about you know law and you know nationality and you know this, I'm not dealing with that black stuff. Because I understand black is beautiful, but it's not a nationality, and you know that, and I know that. And black has no standing in law. So why I'm gonna sit up there and say I identify my blackness? No, the fuck I don't. I understand what my melanin. I understand that, but I'm not black. I'm still not rolling with that shit. Europeans ain't white. Albions ain't white, trail dykes, whatever you want to call them, they're not white. I'm dealing with scholarship. I don't care about how nobody feel. I did all this in academia. That caucus shit came from Bloomberg. Here it is. The word today of us understanding who we are. We got some damn sound bites from Kyrie Irving, Kanye West. Man, Steve Coakley been told y'all this a long time ago. I've been showing old films. Then all these Egyptologists talk about they've been taught from Dr. Ben. What Dr. Ben showed you, African Christian roots. What these brothers be talking about? They be lost. I just showed in Sunday school all of our Egyptian history. We be lost in the sauce, set tripping. They done split us up in Crips and Bloods and Pyru and got us all fighting each other. And we all brothers and cousins. All our mamas and dads and shit, uncles and shit, no fucking each other. We out here acting like some goddamn fools. I showed y'all the 12 tribes, ain't nothing but the continent of Africa. But if y'all want to say the 12 tribes, okay, the 12 tribes. Y'all one nationality, many cultures. Y'all gonna have different dress on, but y'all family. We can't even rock like that. We goofy. You might have a cousin from the other side of the continent, that's your blood, that understand, that believe in monotheism, but they might adapt to their Jewish culture or to their Twahedo culture or to their how can I say it, Orisha and Santeria or Zulu, like Credo Matua. But I bet you they still understand what I'm saying. Guaranteed. I bet you they know about that unity, that oneness, the Islam I'm talking about. But people caught up with some goddamn Kyrie Irving and a rapper. And that's what you basing your whole statement and the film called Negroes to Hebrews. That's what everybody basing their understanding on. A film that they ain't watched and a book. That's a compilation of everything. And I say, if that's the case, show me from the biblical text. Nobody can show you. And that's the problem. And Harry Belafonte told our people, if you're a basketball playing, play basketball, support the real cause. If you're an actor, support the real cause. You have no business speaking for the people. Because when do you do it? When do you meditate? When do you pray? When do you study? When? You don't. You play ball. You rap. You don't have no history of that. I ain't never seen nobody wearing no yarmulke or a bonnet or a talent. To nothing that they saying, well, they are the original Jew. I don't see nothing original about you. I see nothing. I see a whole bunch of Negroes barking, talking about see Kanye West, telling them and support Kanye West and support Kyrie Irving. How? What books? What history? What they teaching? And that's what the European Jews, when I go lecture, they be like, they should be supporting you, Sheik. And I said, you tell them that. They're like, so what they supporting a basketball and a person that's rapping with no history of doing what you're doing, with no history of educating the people, with no history of teaching us that say we're Jewish people and we respect you as a rabbi. Like what they talk about. They say I never even seen these people in the synagogue. They never seen these people with their rabbi. He said I seen these people in Christian churches. They ain't reading no Jewish text like you do. They ain't synchronizing no science. So when somebody put a video out and to get public opinion, everybody say we want to support it. That's what I say, man. Nobody got time for that shit. I ask everybody, did they see the film? Nobody say, nope, I ain't seen it. But got so much to say. Man, can't nobody use you as a character witness in court? That's why I be saying, everybody just off public opinion. I ask every Negro, have you watched the film? Oh, no, but I heard. Man, go sit down somewhere. You making all these opinions all on Facebook, Instagram, saying so much, ain't saying shit. And I know you ain't read the book. Because Negroes don't have an attention span of 20 minutes. A book 400-500 pages, I know Negroes ain't read it. I know Negroes got the book, had the Gazette of the Nation, got the Morse Quran. The Morse Quran ain't nothing but about like 50 pages. You can blow dust off that motherfucker. Talk about you read something. You ain't read shit. All you do is watch TV and videos. I know that for a fact. Talking about it's teaching. What does it teach you? What does the films teach you that the Bible doesn't teach you? I'll wait. Because if anybody sit up here and dish you, you say nothing. That film can't teach you nothing that the Bible didn't already teach you. If you had a good map and a guide, that film didn't teach you nothing that a good map and a guide haven't already teach you. And if you sit up here and say it did, then you didn't have a good map and a guide. And say that. Because I could teach you everything and from love and go even deeper from all the Jewish texts. You don't need that. If you had a map and a guide, because that don't teach nobody nothing. I don't have to say nothing about nobody. I don't have to use no Hitler as no speaking point. I can speak strictly from source, text, everything, the books that they use, encyclopedias, all the Jewish texts, the Bible, the Quran, history books, everything lined up. Won't even take me 2 hours and rest my case with no rebuttal. And all the European Jews in there say shalom. And I say alakim shalom, my brother and sister, my European Jewish brother. Hell, if you want to put an emphasis on it, because my professor know he a European Jew. What? I'm a Moorish Jew. I say it proudly. I tell people, and I'm proud to be an American. What type of American am I? A Moorish American. What is my faith? What is my cloth? Jewish, Moorish. I don't have no problem with telling you that. I proclaim, declare, and have due process. I would tell you exactly. You don't like it? Who gives a crap? I'm going to tell you who I am with pride, with boldness. From the words out of my mouth. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Everything I speak is biblical. I just did it in Sunday school. What? I don't need no film. And use Hitler as a sound point to use. I don't need that. And I tell people, you can do whatever you want. But I understand things can be done in a non-tasteful way. When I do things, I put things out for the masses to prove my point. I don't need to put nothing out that's already been done that'll make anybody feel a certain way. When I say anybody, I mean anybody. I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about myself. I have understanding. When I put my point, I don't have to use no sound point or nothing for reference to say who I am, to put my foot on nobody's neck. Because just because I'm chosen don't mean I'm special. Point blank. I don't need no rememorization of tragic times to prove who I am. No matter if you feel it was right or this was not, or this not the other way. What about I don't give a shit about that, because if it was happening or not, it's some people that can bring bad times to their rememorization. And I don't want to do that. I don't have to do that to prove or make a statement of wisdom and education and biblical history. Why? Because I don't need to use that in biblical history. That's why. I'm going to base my understanding on the Bible and the law and the word and rest my case with no rebuttal, as a rabbi does. I ain't black. We dealing with law. I proclaim, declare, and have due process. I'm a tribal leader. I'm a rabbi. I'm a medicine man. I'm a shaman. I have the right. House Joint Resolution 75, SF 181 form, Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15. The religious rights of the indigenous people. We ain't talking about nothing that we don't have the right to. Have the right to have your tribal leader. Have the right to be under your tribal laws. Have the right to wear your culture and educate and to write your own literatures lawfully. Everything I do is lawfully. I told y'all I'm a Moorish Jew based off the teachings. I'm a rabbi. It ain't nothing black about me. I'm Moorish. What I just told you. So when you talk that black Hebrew shit, I don't understand that. That ain't me. That's you. You a black Hebrew? You a black Jew? That's you. I'm not. You can rock that black shit all day. I'm not black. I just told I'm Moorish. If you don't understand that, that's okay. You can talk that black Jew shit all day. So what make you a black Jew and they're a European Jew because you a black Jew what? That's what I want to wait. Because, okay, if you a black Jew, what's Jewish about you? Black Jew, I'll wait. Nothing. Do you blow your shofar in the morning at 6 a.m.? No. Do you have a rabbi? No. Do you study? No. Are you under a kashrut diet? No. Are you under the Hebrew laws? No. Do you study? No. What do you do? Watch Hebrews and Negroes and listen to Kanye West, Bark and Yale and do all that, and that's what all you do. Where you study at? Who you study more science with? Do you wear your yarmulke? Do you wear your fez? Do you wear your talent? Do you know what it represents? Do you know what your fez represents turned inside out? Hell, Derrick Rose will tell you. Derrick Rose wear the soft fez. What Derrick Rose take that fez off on that show on Mav Hoffa? What Derrick Rose would he do? He took that soft fez, turned it inside out, said, "This my Liberty Bell." Moore's been following Moore's sign. I don't even know that. I told Moore, I said, "You don't know that what the Liberty Bell represent?" Oh, no. I said, well, if I get the soft fez turned inside out, ask these so-called old sheiks what it mean. I don't know. Man, I shake your hand and leave. Well, wait, can you educate us? No, I can't. Because all y'all Negroes doing is having people do fake taxes going to jail. Man, you don't want to hear from me. Go on, man. And all your people can go to jail. I've been released. I'm fine with Negroes going to jail. I look at them like, look at these stupid old fools going to jail at 45, 50. Look at the dummies. Because they don't want to learn. They don't know nothing what I'm talking about. Derrick Rose said on there, he's like, man, I'm building a library for my family. So excited. Man, I already got a library with over 1 million books. Don't y'all know Google is converting over 25 million books, taking information out of them. They're doing the same thing like back in the day in Alexandria, trying to take the library and then not only have it for themselves, but take well-known facts out the books like the Carmen Dayton and then throw the shit out there to throw you off the breadcrumbs. But they can't do that to me. The European is my student. They sons of Muslims. I speak from truth. Man, if they Jewish, I don't have no problem with them being Jewish. I showed y'all the document. Then I showed y'all the document with a European when he went to Igbo land, to Nigeria, came out of my class. I did my whole oral dissertation on that. Standing ovation. I showed this a plethora of times. The European don't have nothing to say about me. They know what I'm saying is matter factual. They know. When you see the European with the yarmulke and the talent on, you say, oh, look at that Jew. No, but when I have it on, no, you looking at me. They sons of what? Muslims. And if they Masons, they gonna tell you they sons of Muslims. The European is not the joke of Masonry. The nigga is. Yeah, I got you. No. Yeah. Man, Negroes been lied to for so long. I showed the year when you see when I wear my talent, I've been showing this. And when I get in all my Jewish books, man, knows. Let me show you something. And I ain't even nowhere. Whoa. People don't even know what they looking at. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. I know all this stuff verbatim. I don't care about doing nothing on YouTube. I lecture to professors. They say this is nothing. I dissected all this. I show when I talk about what a pseudium is, and they was like, "What you mean, professor?" And I said, "You know what pen name, the Piso family. Show who Flavius Josephus is, all that." But then they tell a lot of truth in this as well. But I showed it. It be them Europeans fighting each other. My Jewish people know what this is. I know people are like, well, what I'm looking at? Yeah, I know. You must know all this verbatim. And a lot of it, when I talk about the Sepharats, when I talk about the 10 Sepharats, when I was doing the DAP class, whoa, whoa. Remember when I say you got to know what they know? That's the true art of war. Aquarian Gospels, he wasn't nothing but a transcriber. When everybody try to say our prophet plagiarized, we destroy that. The European know what I'm saying. This the ancient Christianity speaks to today's world. This the Orthodox Study Bible. My Hebrew Tanakh, it goes to the left. If you read Hebrew, if you understand that. It's my Septuagint with the Apocrypha. My complete Jewish study Bible. I know this the complete Jewish study Bible. This dictionary of Latin and Greek theological terms by Muller. The Book of the Dead. When I say I study everything. Ancient prophecies revealed, 500 prophecies listed in order of when they were fulfilled. All right, this is the last of it. I'm gonna get in trouble. I got too much. The Code of Hammurabi. This stuff that when they talk about, it's not canon. Gad and Seir. Come on, man. I talk about this stuff. The Talmud. They know what I be talking about. Gospel of Barnabas. The Nag Hammadiya Library. Here go my Ignitus Catholic Study Bible, the New Testament, the Second Catholic Edition. Here go all with y'all with the man, I ain't gonna say that. Let me get something to drink. I ain't gonna say that. Hold on. Let me get brotherly correct. Hold on. Let me get brotherly correct. This is what them brothers like to be on the corner arguing. Hey man, look, I told y'all, man, I used to be in New York all the time. I got family in New York. Man, I walk past goofy stuff. Brother, my ass, nobody can say nothing to me. I don't pay attention to that. Because I know, dude, if we had a synopsis of this, man, people, everybody be like, damn, Sheik, why? I don't want to embarrass nobody. I would never do this, man. This stuff be so old. Man, this stuff be so old. Like, this stuff, I'm like, dude, they're not talking about you. Like, I show people this. It's like, oh, I say, okay. So you can use that for reference all you want to. That's why I be saying, brother just be barking, and then when I dissect things and break it down, I say, now who they talk about? The Gentile. You the Gentile? You a European? You a Gentile? Yeah. Pentateuch and the Hofters. And I ain't even jumped all around when I said your people been lying to you for decades. That's why I say I don't care about nobody giving me donations. I teach every Wednesday. I get paid swell. That's why I don't do no lectures on YouTube. People follow people on YouTube. They do 50,000 videos every day and people get them donations. I teach. That's why I ask people to come to Sunday school, come to adapt class. Everything I talk about, I have the books. You don't have to go to no hidden bookstore or nowhere and buy something from somebody. I have it all. I have everything you get. A donation, I give you wisdom. I have it all. I'm not going to listen to nobody on the corner argue with somebody. I'll destroy that because I'll get one of my European Jewish colleagues and we'd go to New York and they'd go around, no disrespect again. Those brothers that be dressed all up like Darth Vader, like the Leviathan, like the sea monster, no disrespect. Hell. And they'd be barking at him and like, this ain't G. Like, no, that ain't G. That ain't the Messiah. So what you saying? He'd be like, where you get all them pictures from? He'll walk past and be like, this is blasphemy. Because that's blasphemy. He'd be like, what you mean? Where y'all getting these pictures from? This is erroneous. My Jewish colleagues, my Jewish rabbi would be like, where are you getting this from, brother? They'd be trying to attack my Jewish rabbi, not knowing that they sons of Muslims, they agree with me, trying to make some goofy ass point that you will lose. You will lose. You will lose. So what point you trying to prove? Because nothing you saying is biblical. Them pictures, it ain't no picture of that. It ain't no picture of no Muhammad neither. Let me show you the picture of Muhammad, the sun in the middle with all the astrological signs off of it. See, that's big facts. See, we're not dealing with no game here. Nobody can deal with this. When I talk about the 10 Sephiros, when I talk about all the science, where y'all see my yarmulke with Namiyam on it, my European Jewish colleagues know what I'm saying. They know I'm the great I am, and I don't put that on me. My people do. Especially if they 32 degrees of Muslims. You dealing with 33 times 3. I'll tell y'all, I'm transparent. You dealing with the ancient rite of Memphis and Mizraim. I break this down all day. That's why the European can't come to me with no bull crap. I broke it down in Sunday school yesterday. If you want to say the lineage of this and Egypt, well, Egypt is Mizraim. I'll break it all the way down and connect the lineage, which already been done. I connect our historicalness to the whole globe. So I don't care what tribe you from. It's still one nationality. You still rocking with me. If not, you're going against yourself. Every religious brother will have lied to you if they haven't told you the truth. That's why Khalid Muhammad was said, I know I'm a Moor and got truth enough to tell you a Moor. That's why Khalid Muhammad back in the day, he talked about the European Jew. No disrespect. Steve Coakley spoke upon the European Jew. I share this with all my people. I said, dude, I don't need no new film, Hebrews to Negroes, no disrespect, or Kyrie Irving, or no goddamn rapper, Kanye West, and I'm a rabbi. I can speak boldly like this. I don't have to agree to that. I don't agree to none of that. I'm a rabbi. I speak from the cross. That shit don't speak for me. I speak for me, and I speak for my people, period. Derrick Rose know. Ask Derrick Rose. He know. See, people gonna jump on watch. When the shit hit the fan, what we doing, watch everybody, and I got everybody hook up. I know how we are. We ain't nothing but fad people. I've been doing this shit for a long time. A workman is due his hire. I told y'all. I don't have to change up nothing. Your own people been lying to you. Man, your own people been lying to you. All the Nation of Islam brothers, they had this, and it was sent to all students in Ministry of Islam in the wilderness of North America by Elijah Muhammad, servant of Allah, dated 4/2/1936 and January 18, 1963. And please don't come to me talk about no supreme blessings, the little red book from Fire Muhammad, because no disrespect, because we done illuminated that. I done did that with Imam to show you the math is off. If you mad at me, don't be mad at me. Be mad at somebody that brought you something that says law, and then behind closed doors, they'll say it's just tradition, Sheik. A lot of this stuff can't be proved. I know it can't be proved. I don't care because nothing in no book. I tell you, if you're going to put something in a book and you say you measured it and say it's mathematics, you can't fake no mathematical equation, man. We're going to deal with the science. And I'm going to break down the science and be like, now, what? Who been lying to you? Fallacy. We'll dissect that shit just like they try to dissect everything else. Sit they a religious Islam Muslim down and they say that they little red book and they say, hold on. Let me see. Oh, yeah, thanks for the donation. Yeah, if anybody like donation, yep, it's Cash App, $KG My homie said, hey, like, man, they be all on these other platforms giving these people donations. You teach and you got all the books. People can't give a donation while you here. I don't know, ask them. Jump on here. Yeah, they do it. They get donations, everything else, for people to be hating and mad, talking about entertainers. I don't care about that. I talk about us. I don't care about nobody's religion. I know all the religions. Then they try to use this. So if you're going to use this, the supreme wisdom lessons of Master Fire Muhammad to the servants, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, for the lost foundation of Islam, to North America, original God, tribe, nation, Shabazz, Allah. Show me in the Bible a tribe of Shabazz. I'll get all their stuff. I'll get their papers, say they believe in the Bible, but it's been tampered with and it must be illuminated by the elite. I'm paraphrasing. But what I don't get is they act, I think it's 12 or 13. They say since 1930, Fire Muhammad has become the Ma'idah. Fire Muhammad has become the Messiah, the Ma'idah for the Christians, the Muslims, and the Ma'idahs. That's when Prophet died, and y'all know it. And then they try to use this like it's law. And I said, okay, well, if it's law, if you say the square root, the mile of this, the land is this, and they be all want to talk with that same speech pattern. I don't care about nobody's speech pattern. That shit don't mean you telling the truth. We gonna dissect it. If you put some shit out and say it's mathematical equations and I can destroy your math, who lying? If I say your son got to study these 100 mathematical equations and they study with me and they fail it all, who wrong? Who wrong? Who right or wrong? Because I done this. Real talk. People know what I be saying. I said, dude, I'm not going to argue with nobody. I'm not gonna argue with nobody. I guarantee you, man, a lot of these people know what I'm saying. They know everything. I start pulling shit out of everywhere. Just like Founders Day 2015, when Farrakhan gave credit to Noble Drew Ali bringing Islam to North America. And then you get the man, I'm not going to call it, the first time I saw the pig is with Father Muhammad. Then he contradicted himself and say the first time he saw it is when his sister-in-law brother was in the Moorish Science Temple of America. See, these Negroes will lie to you in the drop of a heartbeat and give credit to some of you. Man, let me shut up, man. Let me shut up. Let me get back to the teaching. But if they say this so valid, man, you don't want to let's discuss the science. And we can go all through it. If it's 100 and 300 questions, let's go through it all and see what's right and what's wrong from unbiased judges. And I'll rest my case. It would be no rebuttal. And they'd be like, what y'all mad for? You won't put it out there and say the square mile of this and the devil put the devil on this earth and this and this. And this became before that with nothing, just whole bunch of barbershop talk. Now, I'll show you what they show you that with Shalimar, with that pale skin, with that straight ass hair. I'll show you what it's all about. Them Negroes all Masons, just like that movie with Forrest Whitaker. What is it? King of Harlem, whatever. And Malcolm in there. If you look straight up, you see the compass is square on there. See, they know. See, I'm 99 degrees. I'm anxious, right? Of Memphis and Mizraim. See, they know. See, I'll bust that ass out and tell the truth. They all have to come where I'm at, to the Philosophical Research Society. And back in the day, just because your fist was defiled didn't mean you were how can I say it? Not righteous. Brothers had to have something back then, y'all. Because hell, a lot of the science was infiltrated. So brothers was looking for things, just like coming out of slavery. So I don't diss nothing. I'm talking about today. Your affairs don't have to be defiled. And you don't have to be no Mason lying to nobody. Because the European Mason, he followed the Black Mason is a son of a Muslim. The European know that they sons of a Muslim. This right here, Atlantis of the latter days, this elementary wisdom. This ain't nothing but the Osiris mysteries. The European know what I'm saying. They nothing but 32 and 33 degrees of wisdom. That's when water freezes. That's snowman wisdom. Just like our Moorish Quran is contrived from the unto thee I grant. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. If you don't know what you're looking at, the Nation of Islam had this. See, I ain't know nobody's side. See, I ain't on nobody's side. That's why I said my people know who I am. I bet you I can go in a room with all European Jews, and I bet you they'll stand the fuck up. It can be quiet as hell, and I go in and put on my talent and my yarmulke, and you can come with me when I go to university. And as they sit down, I bet you can hear a pin drop when they stand up. If you hear chairs like voof, guaranteed. When I go places, I don't ask for donation. Every Wednesday, it's already there. If it's 50 students, it's already there in my cash out because they know how I'm coming. They know how I'm coming. They know I'm coming with value. Every student lead, they be excited. If I show you all the letters from families, man, my son was struggling. You showed him how to do this. He was looking for this book. The book cost $500. You have this full library. I know your people love you. I said, no, you my people. That's why I don't care about this. I can go anywhere. I can go on the moon and deal with Martians. The Martians going to be my people because I can adapt. I deal with this. Everything I do is this. I don't do shit just for money. A workman is due his hire. I know what I need. Everything I do this shit with this. So when I do it with this, the monetary, how can I say it? Complimentary that I get from doing it from this, that shit is nothing. Because I give it back. To what? To continue to do the work. That's why I tell people, invest in me. I got a lot to offer. You say you love to study and read. You say you need this. I have it for you. You don't have to go to no Amazon, no Barnes and Nobles. I got it. I don't put the work in. You talk about you a Jew. You talk about you a rabbi. You talk about you a Moor. How? And it ain't nothing Moorish about you. And we choose not. How we choose not to give a little something to something that we say we love. Man, come on. All my brothers, when I do with my Santeria and my Orisha, when I deal with all that, when I deal with all my cars, when I deal with Credo Matua, Sikh Bamboo Falls, I deal with it all. I have to. When I deal with my Twahedo people, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? If you take me to the Zulu right now with Credo Matua, I bet you Credo Matua say Islam. I bet you if Credo Matua was in the flesh, because see, Credo Matua let the damn European David Icke just tell his whole story. European got rich. See, I told y'all, I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. I'm the cloth. That'd be some bullshit. We'd tell our story, go in exile while they get rich. Credo Matua will be like, hey man, medicine man, that's a shaman. Why? Because he can come back to the tribe and teach the babies and teach the adults. That's what you should aspire to. Research Credo Matua. Research Sheikh Bamboo Falls. Let me see, man. If I start pulling out a lot of stuff that I do on the side for myself. More dyings. So you have to be initiated. You have to be elite. We let other people take our power and craft. And then when our brothers come back and give wisdom on here for the masses, we don't share it. I'm not no person that dropped out of school. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Man, I have the whole collection. I have the pleasure to do some things that I'm not going to talk about. I have the pleasure to do some things that I'm not going to talk about. I have the pleasure to get some artifacts that I'm not going to talk about. I have the pleasure, the honor to be initiated. The pleasure and the honor to be accepted as a medicine man, a shaman, a tasawwuf, an educator, a scholar. I can take all this off. When I go to any holy land, I guarantee you, boom, that's medicine man, that's shaman. We got to build the school. Man, I just updated my passport. I'm going to show you. I'm getting ready to take y'all on a real tour. When I go to Europe, I might not come back. I be saying it when I used to tell my members a long time ago, I said I'm going to be gone real soon. Not out the flesh, but gone. I go where the people know my name, won't want me. Man, in Europe, in the Netherlands, when I talk about Black Pete, Swarty Pyatt, man, when I talk about the Corsica flag, man, when I go out of town, peace Moro, peace more. They know when I wear my fez, when I wear my yarmulke, look at the Jewish Moor. When I wear my turban, I don't get nothing disrespectful. I get much, and that's why I say I get way more love from other people, because I assume this. Man, hey, I'm made in the image of. When you see me, I look like that. I walk like that. I talk like that. I don't look like no rapper or no Negro. When you see me somewhere, you know something special about me. When I have my talent and my yarmulke on, you know something special about me. When you look at me, you ain't looking at my skin. You like, that's a Jew, or he's Jewish. Why? What he have on? You could put a European next to me. You be like, they're both Jewish, mom. Off the dribble. They might feel my vibration a little bit more because I'll be walking, live, rock, live. You know the left got to go first because that's where it all vibrates from. When you see in Egypt, when you see King Menakaru, when you see that left foot forward, that's symbolic to a meaning. That left is forward. That live, rock, live. Man, let me stop, man. Let me stop, man. But on real, man, I don't have no problem talking about things because I get love and I give it back. That's why I tell people when everybody that deal with me on that lecture, they say, man, we don't have a problem doing this for you. They're like, are you used to that? And I say, because I'm always, I don't want to make it seem like I'm not, with my own people. I'll be like, yeah. They're like, this is nothing. You in the realm of education. If I'm on campus and all these people there for a reason and they struggling and they sick per se, just like we should be, it's nothing for them. They save a couple dollars for me every week. Why? To deliver this. Just like when I used to be in ministry, they say, man, chill, we got to come fill up for the rest of the week. Like, yeah, you gave us something Saturday and Sunday, but I need something through the week to keep me going. They don't mind investing because I'm giving you something more. That's what I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. When I talk about the ancient Kufic script, was employed for the Arabic language before the modern Arabic came into general use. Just like when they talk about the Arab, there's nothing even historic of an Arab. It's ARAP. I lecture this stuff. I lecture Vladimir Dell's Dictionary of a Moor. It means Westerner. I show this all day. Made them sit on their hands from love. An example dates from approximately 700 AD and occurs in Nevada, USA, where it was mistaken from Amerindian markings about 1000 BC. And it's actually a religious text, and it reads Nabi, Allah, Muhammad. Allah's prophet is Muhammad. And it was probably cut into the rock as a part of the permanent school lessons of the Muslim settlers of the Southwest. Sample of the words from Saga America by the European Barry Fell. The origin of Kufic, or the angular style of the Arabic script, is traced back to about 100 years before the foundation of the Kufa, to which town it owes its name because its development there. See? The Kara, called the Kufic script, is the earliest Kara, the oldest Kara. So what colleges in America teaches Moorish science that's accredited? None. Mine. I don't know none. Dude, I tell people, words have synonyms. You don't have to go. See, let me be politically correct. You don't have to go to a school for more science. If you more, you just go follow the history. It's in ancient history. It's in medieval history. It's in first century. It's in modern times. It's in historic times. When you look for pre-war history, when you look in ancient times, when you look at the how can I say it? One of the wars in Earth, it was called the War of Ferdinand and Isabella. So you're not going to go to no school and study more science. But I have a school, and we teach more science, history, and religion systematically. It's no college, university accredited that's going to teach none of that. And accredited only means a certain accreditation. The education got to be valid. Just like the universities I graduated from, yes, they are accredited. But then just because you go to an accredited university, I hope you're getting some out of it that you can use. So I understand those things, just like religious houses, just like the Nation of Islam, they have their Muslim school and all that. I understand that. Is that a so-called accredited in they set? It is, because they teach what they teach in they set, just like Jewish schools teach. Just like my Jewish professor, he's a rabbi. They have an elementary school. They have a middle school, a high school, a daycare. They have that, and they teach their curriculum. So if I'm saying it in that manifestation, it's on us. Because where are you going to go and say, okay, I want to learn more science? Where? You're going to go to Salamanca? You're going to go to Spain? You have to study. You have to be specific in that region. You have to have a teacher or educator like myself and others to say, we're going to teach specifically on these topics where I can take you right there. Because if I say, give me a history lessons on the ancient and modern Britons, where would a person go? When they say, he said ancient and modern Britons, somebody would come with modern stuff. If I say, give me a synopsis on the Russian icon, a person would say, well, what's Russian icon? You have to do some peer-reviewed scholarly research. All that's more science. If I say, give me some history on ancient Sufism or Zoroastrianism. So when people ask certain things, I say, well, sometimes the question we ask, we're not going to get there because there's nowhere you're going to go and get a degree and say, I got an education in Moorish science. Because then I ask, what is Moorish science? Moorish science is understanding that God and man is one. Everything else is law, all different facets of law, local, state, international law, federal law, common law, driving law, international law, policy and law, all those different facets of law. But Moorish science is understanding that God and man is one. Understanding that man is made in the image of the tabernacle, in the image of Elohim. Understanding that everything in the astrological system is inside of man. Understanding how all those 12 reactors work in the brain, how it relates to the body. Understanding that when we talk about the pentagram, we put it out that symbolizes man, the maturing man, arm, leg, arm, head. We're not talking about nothing outside of ourselves. We talk about Yahweh, the Y, the H, the WH, and we standing up, it symbolizes man. We're not talking about nothing unfamiliar with man. That's why I said, I'm people brother. That's why I said, I'm not here to destroy nothing. I'm here to fulfill. Yep. The Sufi order and the triple rows of the adapt chamber. And the thing about, man, our own people, we'll let Europeans take our books like Eliseus Levi and all these people, and then they say they're a transcriber. We'll let Noble Drew Ali that say he gathered, compiled, and divinely prepared. And then when I do the same thing to make it easier for my people, because I can take 500 words and make it a compilation, 400. That's what I would learn how to do, and that's what I was educated to do in academia, to take a whole bunch of things and take out all the fluff and give you the data. I give the credit, just like when I was doing my research papers. I have to give credit to the source. I have to credit it right. I have to resource it right. It have to be peer reviewed. I have to reference it right. And I give credit to the original thought. And so in the spiritual realm, just like Noble Drew Ali does, I do it on the front. Gather, compile, and divinely prepare. I've gathered, compiled, and divinely prepared all the wisdom that might be all over the place, that people can't get, that our own people be trying to hide. And I take it and I compiled it and put it in a fashion for everybody can get it. And I put it in layman terms for a child can understand it. Point blank, for you can understand it. And if any of our people mad at me at that, so damn what? That's just like an old rapper hating on the young boys getting money today. Islam. And that's what I be saying. And that's why I'm glad when my people be giving credit where credit is due. I said, man, I know I'm a teacher. I said, I know I'll be illuminating stuff. If I'm teaching a damn European that got degrees, and I know Negroes that just go to work every day and dropped out of school and got a third grade intellectual aptitude, and I'm not talking about nobody on here that don't study, I know I'm teaching you just as well. And I'm not talking about nobody. I'm giving credit to what the Noble just said. I be laughing. I be like, dude, I done the work. You can't, the European agree with me. I can't come up with nothing new. If it's science and history, I just got to go with the oldest. When I deal with paleo, I deal with the oldest, and I reference it the right way from scholarship. Now with this science and with this understanding, I don't need no book. I don't need no religious book. Anything religious book you want to talk about, it's in here. It's in. I don't need no religious book. What came first, the man or the book? I know every religious book. I don't have to collect nothing. I'll burn every book up, and I'll be able to regurgitate every one. I'll be able to rewrite every book, gather, compile, and divinely prepare. I'll be able to rewrite every holy book straight from here. Straight from here. Because that's what I do. I have a real library. Not no little stuff at home. I just got a small home library with probably about like 10,000 books up here and down in my garage. But at my real library that look like my storage, man, I got, I don't know. Religious messages, man, I got so many messages recorded on CD. I teach history. When I talk about, what time I got a little bit of time. I'm going to give y'all this, man. If y'all like what I'm saying, gratitude for the donation, because I'm getting ready to go and teach a little bit of this. I'm not going to teach it, but I was asked to lecture this. And all the students on campus got this from me. All of them. Every last student, they got this from me for a donation. They all gave $50. And they got this, and I don't even be asking them for that. I be asking my people more for $5 and $10 for shit. The European to give me 50. That's why I said I don't care about doing this no more to my own people that'll give me rotten apples, and I go other places and they be like, man, we don't have no problem giving you this, because that's what we do here. And then they be writing about us. Like I showed y'all, I'm gonna show y'all one of the Europeans that's graduating this year in religious studies. He doing his whole dissertation on me. Oh, I got it. I got that book over there. Well, let me speak on, I'll tell you this, what you say. He said the book I know about that book. The ancestral name of this land is Amorica and Lauretania. Okay, you got Mauritania, you got Eurasia, I'm with it. You got Amexima, you got Akibalan. Okay, I ain't tripping on semantics. That's why I tell people, I don't care, tomato. If you speak Zulu, you say this. If you speak Bantu, you say this. If you speak American, you say this. Okay, well, let's sit down and see what all we saying. Is we all saying the same land area? Yep, I can rock with it. That's my answer. That's my answer with it. I know words have synonyms and synonymous. I ain't tripping. If a person say negrito, they say, oh man, them negrito beans, I know they using negrito. We say what? Black. I know. If they say this land, if they say, man, I went to Spanish, and they keep saying, look at that negrito. Look at that negrito. And you say, oh, I'm black. They are calling you black. It's like if you spoke Zulu, what would you call this land? If you spoke Bantu, what would you call this land? From your tongue. Africa was easy. I broke this down a long time ago, the flush of God. When I broke down Africa was never named after no European. If that's the case, why did it say Latin America was named after his brother? Oh yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing. No, ain't no disrespect. I'm agreeing with you. But what I'm saying is, Noble. I understand that words how when books say things, and I get it. Heard America called ancestral. That's all. Well, man, I'm gonna show. It's another brother. Man, I'm glad you said that, Noble, because I'm a player film. Oh, see, I got so many films, man, to show you right here. We're right here. We were right here, right here, and that's when it collect. I never disrespect nobody from no different area, the continent of Africa per se. I get that, but when we say America and what was here, when we talk about the 1828 Webster Dictionary and what do the 1828 Webster Dictionary says, America, right? Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. I hear it. I hear all that, man. I hear the district. I hear what everybody. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. But that ain't what I'm not here to debate on what a landmass was called. I'm fine with that. Islam. I get all that. I'm cool with that, Noble. I give you love too for that piece of wisdom. I get that. But what I'm saying, the Negroes as the original Indians, proof in the Jesuit letters. That's where I'm at in context. That's all. And I'm saying for what they saw, Negroes or Black Moors. I'm not here to debate how nobody feel about anything, but I love everyone. I must, because ain't nothing nobody can do to me. And they taught that misnomer black people came from Africa. Islam, that's beautiful, but that is a beautiful statement. I give you love for that, man, because you my brother. And I want to be anywhere where wisdom is. That's why I say the thing about me, I love to be where wisdom is. But like I always tell us, man, and I share, I don't debate no one because everyone is right. Everyone is coming from a certain area of love and understanding. No one's coming from a place of no love because we wasn't there. Only thing we're doing is dealing with the oldest. And if we be proven right or wrong, dealing with history, just like in law, we should be able to sit down at the table and walk out, and synchronize based on truth, because the truth make us free. And the truth should make us free. We're not here to arbitrarily explain nothing. We're not here to how they did us back in the Roman days, throw us in the arena and make us fight the lions and say, ooh, look at that brother strong and he got muscles, throw them out there and let them kill each other. I don't do that to my brothers. I'd rather show humbleness and, well, not humbleness, but gratitude. Because I look at myself as a silverback. And when I see my brothers, I look at them as silverbacks. And I say, how can we take this worldwide? Just like Pac was doing. That's what I'm about. I understand all that, but I tell you that Africa slave stuff and that red Indian stuff, all that, they took that black slave stuff, stole the land, all that. In 1519, it was said of Brazilians, non somo neri, blanqui ma, but in English, it's the Jesuits letters. They were saying that they are not black or white, but of olive color. But the same writer remarked that the Brazilian canoe men he saw were so black that they could have been taken from sailors on the sea of the Styx in hell. The author continues his comments on the appearance of the natives in North America from the Jesuit letters. In 1524, the Carolina coast people were said to be of dark color, not much unlike the Ethiopians. The term Negro and Indios, I-N-D-I-O-S, were used interchangeably to describe their natives in the journals of early missionaries who could not have possibly been referring to Africans. From 1549 through 1565, the letters of the Jesuit missionaries in Brazil, usually addressed to colleagues in Portugal or Spain, frequently refers to the Americans as Negroes. Oh, thanks for the donation, bro. In April of 1549, Manuel de Nobrega, the leader of the Jesuits, addressed a letter from Baja to Simo, Rodrigues in Lisbon, in which he refers to the Portuguese in Brazil as living in sin because of their having many negras, negras, and lots of children by the said black women. Thus, the Jesuits' father called the American women living with Portuguese men negras, a term which, according to Leite, Leite, first century writer, could not have been denoted people from Africa because in 1549 there were few or no African women in Bahia. I might be pronunciating it wrong. Bahia. Nonetheless, Nobrega uses the word Indio. When Africans are referred in the Jesuit letters, they are always called Negros de Ghana, blacks of Ghana, to distinguish them from Negros de Terra, blacks of the land or Americans. A very interesting letter is one prepared by Dios Minos do Calillo de Jesus de Bahia, that is by young Americans studying in the school, Diogo Tapiamba, Piabria Montita, and Juanita. Although probably edited by a Jesuit, this may be represented the first letters written by Americans in a European language from Brazil. In it, they refer to the American leader, El Grillo, as a Negro, and to other natives as Negroes. We find, for example, El Grillo, who is a Negro very well known and feared among them, and that El Grillo es negra muy grave. El Grillo was at the same time an Indian pagan and a friend of the Portuguese. In August 1552, Nobrega wrote from Bahia, South America, to Lisbon, Portugal, referring to the native people as Negroes. In May 1554, Antonio Blackquist from Porto Seguro wrote to the Jesuits of Cambrera that, and I quote, that is he was preaching to the Americans called Negroes. He also referred to the Negroes and Los Mamelucos des Lateria as pupils. The editor notes that by Negroes and Negras, he meant Indios and Indians and Indias. The history and record by their, what you say, from the band line, North Carolina band from the strong. Yep. Their own white hand bears witness that the black people are the indigenous and first Americans. Americans stemming from the intercourse of Vespucci and Columbus with indigenous black in Central America, Amaru or Amari, Amaru, which they call Central America, or one of the names. The use above of Mamelucos, Mamelucos, to describe the Negroes, which stems back to the Kara al-Quinan Arabic word Mamluk or Mamluk, Mamluk, also shows the indigenous Moorish presence in the Americas. And this history spanned from the first encounters of the Europeans with our ancestors to the establishment of the United States of America and the Revolutionary War period. Man, I tell people, man, you were all over the world. I'm not going to put myself in no one area map and say, that was it. I'm not going to do that and let people say, oh, we was in one area and all that. I done been to too many museums and then personal people museums. I done been to the Grand Canyon in real scholarship, not no video. And I've been there, seen all what's there. I've been to all the Catholic, the Roman churches out here. I know all the judges out here. So I don't know. But the Dutch artist, research this Dutch artist, Jan Verslet, painting. These paintings of the so-called Mohawk chiefs who visited London in 1710. The paintings were housed in Kensington Palace, Kensington, which is an area in Philadelphia. That's why all these Moors should know that. Named after this palace, held the original name Shaka Maxim. Think about that, Shaka Maxim. Shaka Maxim, a Maxim, meaning the black spiritual priest of God, and Shaka Sum, Shaka Sum, Shaka Sum. The original name of the Mohawks is Kanaka or Kaniaka, Kanianka, which resembles Canaan. Israel Phoenicians. The center picture is chief of the Creek Confederacy, Tamochichi, and members of this nation in England, 1736, having intercourse with James Oglethorpe, then proprietor of the colony of Georgia. Man, I got stuff, man. I went to the museum, all in Europe. You see all of the copper colored Europeans, you'll be laughing. Nanacoke Moors, the Lenape people, the Lenape, the Nanacoke Moors, the chief tribe of Wabanaki, Confederation of the Moors was the Delaware of the Lenape, where the black people are African Americans, the descendants of the Moors. That's a question I asked everybody. I'm not here to debate nobody. William Penn. Research, y'all know who William Penn was. Well, he was an eyewitness account of Lenape and the Nanacoke Moors. And the first detailed description of the Delawares in a letter from William Penn to the Committee of the Free Society of Traders in 1683. He wrote, for their persons, they are generally tall, straight, well built, and of singular proportion. They tread strong and cleaver, and mostly walk with a lofty chin, of complexion black, but by design, as the gypsies, when he's saying black as the Egyptians in England. They grease themselves with bear's fat, clarified, and using no defense against the sun or weather. Their skin must be swarty pied, black peat, swarty. Their skin must be dark. Source, William Penn of the Committee of Free Society of Traders in 1683. Chief Tamanon, the Blackamoor, chief of Turtle Island, Shackamexum, Philadelphia. Son of Tammany, aka the Sons of Liberty, worship a Moorish chief. We just got to stop arguing with each other. Because I'm not going to argue with nobody. All the three branches system was copied from the Moors, or the so-called Delaware Lenape Nanacote of the Moors, America. Anami, executive chief enforcers. Munasi, judicial interpreters. All the legislative, the 50 women, the oral law traditions, it's all there. Chief Blackhawk. All this shit here which I'm not going to go through all day. You know? Yep, real talk. Even when I go to Louisiana Purchase, I show people that Louisiana, it wasn't purchased. When I show y'all the ancient ones, when I show y'all the map, the ground plans for Louisiana Purchase, and I show y'all the south up top and the north at the bottom, and I show y'all Jerusalem and Morocco is right by each other, but you let these Egyptologists and you got these other brothers argue with each other, and I'll be like, dude, y'all tripping. This shit is walking distance, but who am I? I'm nobody. But the European know what I'm saying. Look at him. And look at him. Don't they look similar? Don't they look similar? I'm telling you, our own people be knowing science. I ain't gonna. That's Chief Blackhawk, was chief of the Sauk or the Sauk. His birth date unknown. The name Blackhawk is reminiscent of the Black Hawk or falcon of Kemetic tradition, representing Horus or Heru, the resurrected son of Osiris, the anointed one. The Black Hawk was the Makkah Tamishaka, or the Mashak, is the Hebrew word. Yep. Is a Hebrew word for Messiah. Literally means the anointed. As we can see, this is a part of his name. His last public appearance was ironically July 4th, 1837, a special day in the ancient Moorish Israelite Egyptian culture in respect to the astronomical science. His attire is the painting, is very Moorish in tradition. Black Hawk was a terror for the whites in 1800s, and as a part of a legacy of the black people who have been written off under Red Indian history and disassociated from black people as their lineal ancestor of which they are. And he resembles to the Elijah Muhammad. And the United States, allegedly for the purpose of exploring the unknown territory from the western edge of the colonies to Pacific, the true intention was to spy on the indigenous black people who were in America prior to European invasion and colonization. Captain Meriwether Lewis and Lieutenant William Clark of the United States Army used a black man named York, who was also the son of Yusuf bin Ali, also with a native woman named Sisani Sakwania, found on the millennial edition of the dollar, with her son John Baptiste Carbonat to be their interpreters as they gather intelligence. When I show y'all, man, Thomas Jefferson, Quran, and all that stuff, when y'all see him on that horse and you see the little Moorish brother there, hold on. Man, this Joker didn't know where he was going. This Joker was lost. You see him right here? He was the one telling you where to go. He is dressed like him. 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 I'm trying to tell you. I'll break it all down in Thomas Jefferson Quran. They know what I'm saying. They better stop it. Real talk. In the book Return of the Ancient Ones, Empress Tierra Verdi's Washita reports, and I quote, Lewis and Clark documented everything in sight: the weather, plants, rocks, minerals found, people by tribe, habits, color, by warlike activities, and it was documented a bushy-headed tribe who did not like the red man or the white man, the black bushy-headed Washitas. Now please explain why history did not make us aware of this important fact. It was because they went to spy on the Washitas, a people that the good old United States has signed to be their protectors over their rights, their land, and their property. John Sibley reports in the Lewis and Clark documents, Choctaw, there are rambling hunting parties of them to be met with all over Louisiana. They are at war with the Cawgeese and liked by neither the red nor the white people. April 5th, 1805. Let me show y'all another picture. See these two pictures? From the breakdown who them brothers was. To the right is Mashak, another chief with an Arabic Hebrew name. Ma'ashak or Mashak means the one with the man horns, as the painting shows, and it represents his chiefdom. He and his father were recorded to have been in 18 battles with the United States and never lost one. He and his father were allies of Black Hawk or Makata Mikasha. He traveled with his father to Washington, D.C. in 1824 to meet with President John Quincy Adams. The Secretary of State was Henry Clay. These two, Adams and Clay, were later ordered by Abur Rahman Ibn Hisham to release Abram Ibn Sori, the Prince of Slaves, in 1828. Abraham had been touring all over the West speaking with these chiefs about the laws that were being used to free him under the Moor status. In 1840s, the government made many treaties with the Native Americans and the land deals in Oklahoma, Louisiana, Kansas. John Quitman and Eliza Tunick, the father and mother of Noble Drew Ali, among many other family members, were part of these transactions and interactions. After Lewis and Clark's spy mission, the United States brought 59 European families into Louisiana territory under the guard of the United States Army. The military poisoned the water supply with the intent of murdering off the original indigenous black population, just like they did in the Congo with Patrice Lumumba, had his own people sell them out. They brought their school curriculums as they enslaved and murdered black populations, making claims that they, the indigenous people, were fugitives from justice under constitutional law and were European property from Africa. However, the people did not consider themselves by nationality or status as Africans until after this was bred into them. The indigenous people in Africa did not originally call themselves Africans. They were of Tamuri and were Murs, M-U-U-R-S. This word Africa is a word of the white colonizer. In this context, this is the evidence of its deceptive activity to falsify our status that is undeniable. It was a part of the plan to wipe out the indigenous history in America. The names like Tunick and Washita were turned into Turner and Washington, just like the wars with the Moors, 1752, so-called French and Indian War, were wars between the Moors, the Black Knight Templar families, and the Aboriginal Moors versus the British colonists in Great Britain. In 1776, the sons of Tammany allied with the Moors to fight against the British colonists in Great Britain. Some of the British colonies infiltrated the Moors and Sons of Liberty, aka Sons of Saint Tammany, in order to overthrow the Moors. They were people like Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Andrew Hamilton, Benjamin Franklin. Moors titled Negroes by the United States. Statements from General Thomas Jessup. This, you may be assured, is a Negro, not an Indian war. And if it be not speedily put down, the South will feel the effects of it on their slave population before the end of the next season. Major General Jessup, June 1837, in American State Papers, Military Affairs, cited in Kenneth W. Porter, the Negro on the American frontier. New York, 1971, page 251, page 281, and I quote eloquently with a silver tongue, if the war be carried on, it must necessarily be one of extermination. We have, at no former period of our history, had to contend with so formidable an enemy. No Seminole proves false to his country, nor has a single instance ever occurred of a first-rate warrior having surrendered. Throughout my operations, I have found that Negroes, the most active and determined warriors, and during the conference with the Indian chiefs, I ascertained they exercise an almost controlling influence over them. The Negroes ruled the Indians. Many of the original black inhabitants began to flee from the Western Territory, and many inhabitants sought refuge in Florida. That's where I'm from. It's a little small area called Plant City in Tampa. That Gullah. And some went further west to California and mingled with other unaffected indigenous populations. In 1816, a U.S. colonial named Duncan Clinch, research it, led an army to Florida to destroy what was called the Black Fort, or Fort Negro, for all my Floridians. Colonial Duncan Clinch led an army of Red Creek mercenaries and a U.S. Army unit into Florida to destroy Fort Negro. Research it. I'll give you a book. It's called The Black West by William Cass. And Cass report in the book. The explosion killed almost all of its black and red warriors and 200 women and children. The few warriors were led back to the United States as slavery. In his initial order, General Jackson had asked that they not only destroy the fort, but return stolen Negroes and property to their original owners. But the question remained, did these Aboriginals see themselves as slaves, foreigners, property of the Europeans, as African Negroes or colored people? No. In Colonial Duncan Clinch's report of the Battle of Fort Negro, the first U.S. invasion of Florida, the information provides fact to the contrary, y'all. In this report, this is what he say. Fort Negro, 1816, family. In the evening, a deputation of chiefs went into fort and demanded its surrender, but they were abused and treated with the utmost contempt. The black chief heaped much abuse on the Americans and said he had been left in command of the fort by the British government and that he would sink any American vessel that should attempt to pass it and would blow up the fort if he could not defend it. The chief also informed him that the Negroes had a red flag and the English Jack was flying over it. So then you got to ask yourself a question. Were these people former slaves? What was their purpose for flying the two flags that were flying? Because slaves don't have flags. A flag represents a nation. What nation did they represent? They were cannons used in Fort Negro, right? It's well-known fact of history that the cannon was developed by the Moors in North Africa and Spain. The Moors had not only made the fire stick and mentioned above, but even cannon forged from raw iron, y'all. Two flags represented Great Britain and the indigenous Moorish Empire. They represent a nation of indigenous Moors. The same Islamic empire in the east that Abu Bakr, brother of Mansa Musa, was under when he brought 400 ships to America in 1311 AD. It is this flag that the chief was flying at the Black Fort in Florida in 1816. Was there a continuous Moorish connection from 1311 with the arrival of the Moors of the East? Is documented in Africa and America until 1816. The document dates from the present of contemporary Eastern Moors, and it goes all the way back to 700 AD. We shown with the inscriptions found from an ancient Nevada school bearing the name of Muhammad as the prophet of Allah, right? I show this all over. Man, I don't even have enough time to do all this. Just like this book I just showed y'all right here. You see the Moor? You see the free Moor? Now watch this. What you see right here. Same thing. I'm telling you, man, we got the wrong people teaching. George Washington chopped down the cherry tree. Judiciary Act of 1789. First United States Bank, 1791. The debt system. I can go so deep with it, but I don't have time. So I got to stop right there. But I'm telling you, man, they know. The Muslims know. They know. They let somebody come to you that don't look like you to tell you something, but it's all good. But I give love to everybody, man. Thank you, everybody, for the donations and the love. Thank you, everybody, for the build. And we got to show everybody it's one nationality, many cultures. I don't go to a certain area. I wouldn't go to Hawaii dealing with my own people and diss them. I'm an adapt. I understand that. I'm culture. I can go anywhere. It's all culture. I'm down with that. I pray to all the gods. I'm with it. I'm with it because I'm praying to me. I'm with it. I'm giving respect. I'm with all that. And we got to stop looking at each other as the enemy and look at each other as family because it's one nationality and many cultures. And I love everybody, man. I challenge everybody to support something real. Be my special guest for Adapt class every Saturday and Sunday school every Sunday because we do those teachings privately on Zoom. I love y'all, man. Check out our temple and our school webpage. It's bbtsciencetemple.com. Check out our book company. It's called mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z, where you can get expensive books. You can download them to your tablet, or you can go to Office Max and Staples, and they'll print them and bind them for you for a small fee. Man, I have so many books that's expensive that people don't have. Right now, people talking about the book Russian Icon and never even touched the book. I have the book, have it PDF for you. Just like people be talking about the unknown Arab, and I say I have it for you. Go on my page, my book company, and get it. It's there for you. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars for books. We have them. Download everything on your tablet. Who gets glory out of paying a whole bunch for paper? It's the wisdom. It's like if everything was written on papyrus. We got to get out of that. And then we go over everything. You're dealing with the book of Eli. You're dealing with your brother that can teach. We're dealing with oral tradition. All of this is tradition. All this is part of the ish. This is not church, something we do on Sunday. This is part of our life. So with that being said, man, I love y'all and peace.